I wanted to do something new, and I wanted to be innovative in some sort of way, and I wanted to do things that push, you know, the performance threshold a little bit further. And so, you know, I think revisiting the tube idea and looking at what tubes are capable of doing and coupling that with better, you know, modern quality components, and exploring new circuit topologies and seeing what can be done with these old magical devices that did such a great job for, you know, 100 years. So yeah, it's a you know, the primary goal is how do I get the best sounding piece of gear that I can possibly make. The first thing I ever built and sold was an earlier version of my M63 microphone preamplifier. I ended up making all my own chassis by hand for the first 45 units. So that's metal work that I did by hand. Finally got out of that, and you know, I had acquired some metalworking machines. You know, cheap in Chicago, all the jobs going overseas, there's a lot of available machines. And finally sold those and bought an Audio Precision and changed the way that I was doing things. And yeah, so I had problems that I never imagined would be part of, you know, my professional career or whatever you want to call it. Never had an interest in metalworking or anything like that, but you know, you gotta learn funny things sometimes to get the goal accomplished. So. So the M63 came back out again as an improved, more refined design, and that's been my sort of flagship product for a couple of years, and then now the M97 Compressor. Well, you know, originally it came out of actually being frustrated with VU meters in general. VU meters are great for working with a tape machine, but they actually don't tell you what you need to know when you're working in a digital environment. There's no way to see where clipping is with a VU meter. That, and in addition to the fact that most companies aren't really making real VU meters anymore. They're actually harder and harder to find, and the VU meters that are available in the market don't actually meet the VU meter spec. They're just audio level meters. So it seemed crazy to me to go to all this trouble and do the best job that I possibly can to design this precision instrument, and then put this meter in the front of it that's just, for the most part, decoration. It's a rough, low-resolution reference. So I was frustrated with the metering, and I you know, of course, knew about Doro meters, and decided just to approach them and say, hey, I love your technology. Can I work something out with you so that I can use it and design my own meter? And they agreed. So I ended up designing this meter. And the idea with the circle was basically that, you know, a VU meter condenses its entire range in this tiny arc, and you know, and it's not a linear range. You know, it compresses on one end, and I just thought, well, if it's going to be an arc, why not just use the whole circle and spread it all out? And with the Doro meter, of course, you get 40 dB of range. So to have, you know, 1 dB per step all the way around, and you know, it's a quick visual thing. It makes perfect intuitive sense. You look at it, and the idea is just don't close the circle. You know, you can let it fill in as much as you want, but don't let it go all the way around.